Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. And welcome to the opening ceremonies of the 100th Feast of the Blessed Sacrament. It has been a very long time getting here, and we're delighted that we are surrounded by so many good family and friends to be here for a very special opening ceremony. Before we begin, it is customary that we ask Father Reese from Immaculate Conception Church to give us a blessing. Father Reese, would you be so kind?
I would like just to tell you that what we are going to do now is to extend to all of you what we just lived as we gathered in church in front of Jesus in his Eucharistic presence, the Blessed Sacrament. We were there praying in a special way that the Lord would bless us throughout these days of festivities. And what we are going to do is to extend to all of you what we feel we have received through the blessing of Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. Vamos fazer é apenas estender a todos as bênçãos que recebemos na presença de Jesus no Santíssimo Sacramento, quando agora nos reunimos na Igreja, e pedimos que Ele abençoasse a todos nós e a todos aqueles que ao longo destes dias vão visitar-nos e vão participar nesta grande festa, a 100ª festa do Santíssimo Sacramento. Portanto, vamos apenas fazer esta breve oração pedindo ao Senhor que nos abençoe. Abençoai-nos, Senhor, que a Tua presença, Senhor, dentro de cada um de nós se faça sentir, sobretudo através do amor, que será para nós a verdadeira fonte de união, de fraternidade, e onde há amor, haverá paz, haverá harmonia, haverá alegria. Que seja, portanto, este amor de Jesus presente no coração de cada um de nós, que a todos nos une ao longo destes dias e nos faça viver dias de grande felicidade, alegria, e que venha contribuir cada vez mais para estreitar os nossos laços de união fraterna, de união, tudo aquilo que é esta festa do Santíssimo Sacramento, que ao mesmo tempo é recordação das nossas tradições e recordação igualmente, sobretudo para os que aqui vivem, da sua querida terra, de modo particular da Ilha da Madeira. Portanto, que o Senhor, sobre todos nós, estenda a sua bênção, em nome do Pai, do Filho e do Espírito Santo. Amém.
Thank you very much, Father Reese. If you have been here before, you will recall that on the wall behind me, behind the monument, there has been a small 2 or 3 foot wide framed photographs of the 4 founding fathers. In planning for the feast this year, Larry Jakes and the executive board and the board of directors and the membership of our club thought that it would be special if we did something nicer and something bigger and something that would be more impressive and that would last longer. So we have together made a decision to create some rather unusual plaques that honor the 4 founding fathers. Larry Jakes will, together with Joe Coutinho, pull the strings to reveal our new memorial to the 4 fathers. They're just going to pull the cloth. All right. That's a way to go.
I hope this works. Ready? Go.
Those are the 4 men who are responsible for us being here right now. We, not only are we delighted to reveal this to you, but I think it's important that we all understand that many have gone before us and are in the sky looking down at us, smiling right now. And I'm going to call for a very special moment of silence from all of you and ask you to remember our friends and family. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would remove your hats in memory of those who have passed before us. Thank you. Thank you very much. The raising of the flags of Madeira and Portugal and the United States is next. And to raise the flag of Madeira, we have a very special guest who has been here before. She is the Regional Secretary of Culture, Tourism, and Transportation. It is my honor and my pleasure to ask Mrs. Conceição Estudante to raise the flag of Madeira while the anthem of Madeira is sung by Jason Silva. If you would.
Do vale à montanha e do mar à serra, teu povo humilde estou equivalente. Entre a rocha dura te livrou à terra para lançar do pão a semente. Herói do trabalho na montanha agreste, que se fez ao mar em vagas procilosas, os louros da vitória em tuas mãos calosas foram herança que a teus filhos deste. Por esse mundo além, Madeira, teu nome continua em teus filhos saudosos, que além fronteiras de ti se mostram orgulhosos. Por esse mundo além, Madeira, honramos vossa história. Na senda do trabalho nós lutaremos, alcançaremos teu bem-estar e glória.
Don't go too far, Jason, because we're going to ask for you to sing the anthem of Portugal, and raising the flag of the country of Portugal will be the Portuguese consul to New Bedford, the Honorable Pedro Carneiro.
Heróis do mar, nobre povo, nação valente e imortal, levantai hoje de novo o esplendor de Portugal. Entre as brumas da memória, ó pátria, sente-se a voz nos seus egrégios avós, que há de guiar-te à vitória. As armas, sobre terra, sobre o mar. As armas, pela pátria lutar, contra os canhões marchar, marchar.
And finally, we are not only happy to welcome the mayor to our celebration, but also we're going to ask him if he would be so kind as to raise the U.S. flag and ask Kelsey Dugovert to sing the American national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the brave.
There's one more item on my agenda that I would like to address before we recognize those folks in the audience who have taken time out of their schedule to be with us today and for a very special presentation by our City Council. Placing of the wreath is something that we do every year, except this year we're going to have it done in a very special way. We have sought out the oldest members, the oldest surviving members of the 4 founding fathers. And it is my pleasure to ask these folks to step forward for the placing of a very special wreath. I will identify them as Mary Jo Willette from Manuel Agrella's family, Albert Jesus and Sandra Brown from Manuel Santana Duarte, and from the Coutinho family, a lady who came here from South Africa a few days ago on a 15-hour flight, Fernanda Coutinho. If you come forward. In addition, of course, to our guests from the island of Madeira, we also have some representatives of our own city government here, and I would like to recognize them. They're standing more or less in the middle of the crowd, but they're all here. From Ward 6, the City Council President, Joe Lopes. A social member of the Club Madeirense, Councillor at Large David Alves. Another close friend of our club, Councillor at Large Debora Coelho. Councillor at Large Brian Gomes. Councillor at Large Linda Morad. Councillor at Large Naomi Carney. And from Ward 1, James Oliveira. Jim. Our own councillor from the ward you're standing in, Steve Martins. Ward 3 councillor, Henry Bousquet. We thank all of you for coming. Have I missed anyone? Kerry Winterson from Ward 5. Kerry Winterson. That's on my list. Okay. Councillor Brian Gomes approached me a few minutes ago. One of the benefits of doing this job is that you get a change quickly, change on the fly. And Brian asked if he would be allowed to come up forward to have a special presentation from the City Council. I have no idea, Brian, what it is, but please join us.
Thank you very much. It is a distinct honor and a privilege to be part of this ceremony today, celebrating the 100th Feast of the Blessed Sacrament. I've been on the City Council for over 20 years and I haven't missed one opening ceremony. This is one of the most beautifulest feasts we have in the city. I'm very proud to be from a city that comes from many different cultures, but more especially is the Portuguese community, which has contributed so much. We thought that it was only most appropriate that today, being the 100th anniversary of this feast, that we would give you a presentation of something special that you could hang in your halls, and 100 years from now, when the next round comes, that people will look and say, we know who is part of the 100th. And each and every one of the members of this committee, we have decided that we would like to present you. Larry, if you would step forward. This is now. I'm not going to read it.
Thank God.
To take the time, but all the names of each and every member of this year's Portuguese feast, Feast of the Blessed Sacrament, is here on this board. I want you to know that last night, Linda Morad, my colleague, Councillor at Large, and myself spent an hour together putting this together. We want to thank our MIS department and my colleagues for confirming this. Congratulations, God bless, and have a great festival.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Deborah, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Well done. You guys are
I don't want the kiss. Yeah, I'm not going to give it here. Steve, thank you. Linda, thank you. Linda?
Yep, good to see you. Oh yeah, two sides.
That's right. Thank you. I told him I don't want the kiss. Thank you, Linda. Good.
Yep, good weekend. Yep. Yep.
Kind of like the end of a soccer game. They wanted to trade shirts, but I said, I don't think the red shirts are going to go. Putting on a feast like this requires the cooperation and the dedication not only of all of us wearing red shirts and all of our extended families, but also the city that we live in. And Mayor John Mitchell has been very kind in sharing the resources of various departments in the city, and I want to recognize him and thank him and call him forward to address all of us. Mayor John Mitchell.
Botad. Well, listen, yeah, I've been sharing the city's resources, but I'm going to cash in on some Madeira wine this weekend, and you know, it didn't all come for free. Well, listen, I wanted to welcome Madam Secretary here. Thank you for coming. We had a good chat today, and this has been a long time in coming. We've been talking about this for more than a couple of years now, and I've looked forward to this day. We've looked forward to this day eagerly, and now here it is. And you know, along the way, there's been lots of work and lots of planning. There's been some great pieces in the regional press, our local paper in particular. We got to see that great article about Larry Jakes' 95% better half, Olga. It's right here in the front row. So glad that article happened. You're way too overexposed, Larry. It's about time Olga got some credit. It's been great for the city. It's been great for everybody to know what a fantastic festival this is. We all know it. If you're from New Bedford, you know it. Now the rest of the world is getting to know it. And where the rest of the world must wonder is, how is it that this little island in the middle of the Atlantic could be the inspiration for the largest and best ethnic festival in America?
Yes.
How is that?
We're the best.
Because it's all true. And so here's the answer. Here's the answer. Because it's at the end of the day, it's all about love. It's all about love of faith, of family, of food. The feast is an expression of devotion to all of these things. And that's what makes it special, and it hasn't skipped a beat since 1915, and it's not going to skip another beat for the next 100 years because of the devotion of the families and the community involved here. There are communities all across America that would love to have something like this. But it happens here in New Bedford because this is a special place. And we've seen so much of what's special about us over the course of the last few months. This summer with the Charles W. Morgan, all the festivals that we've had, the outpouring, the embracing of our community this summer, and it really leads up to this moment. We are a special city. And in America, that's all sort of becoming the same. New Bedford has something unique about it, and many things unique about it. And this is New Bedford with its best foot forward. This is the face of a community that embraces diversity, embraces our proud traditions, plural, and knows how to have a good time. So listen, I have a proclamation here, Larry. I know people are itching to get in the malasadas line because it gets long. I'm not going to delay any further, but let me just say this. I want to thank all the city employees and all the volunteers and the committee for working so hard to get to this moment. It's time to have a good time. Relish this moment, but as we relish it, let's remember just how special this is. Not everybody gets to do this. Thank you, everybody.
In addition to the special proclamation the mayor just handed to Larry, we also have another proclamation. If City Council President Joe Lopes, the microphone is yours.
Everybody wants to get in the act for the 100th anniversary of the largest cultural festival in the world. Mayor, we all love to call it the country. We're going to go with the world. The New Bedford City Council, all the members that are here, have an official resolution. Be hereby known to all that the City Council of New Bedford, Massachusetts hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to the Feast of the Blessed Sacrament 100th anniversary in recognition of your centennial celebration of the Feast of the Blessed Sacrament and of your commitment to the continuation of modern traditions. The entire citizenry extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and express the hope for continued good fortune. Given this 31st day of July 2014, given by myself, Council President, Council Ward 2, Stephen Martins, who this is his home ward, and every city councilor that's here and on the Bedford City Council, it is our honor to give this to you, your members, and to your entire committee, and to the entire city of New Bedford for all the work that you do keeping tradition, faith, and family alive. Congratulations.
For a few brief remarks, we would like to invite to the microphone the Portuguese Consul to New Bedford, Pedro Canero.
Boa tarde a todos. Good afternoon, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I waited 1 year to be here. 1 year, 1 year ago, more or less, I arrived to New Bedford on the 5th of August 2013. I missed the last feast for 1 day. And the next few weeks when I was here, I went to meet a lot of people, and people were asking me, so when did you arrive? And I used to say, last 5th of August. And everybody told me, you just missed the big feast. Yeah. So it's true, I did miss the last feast, but I came to enjoy for the first time in my life the 100th feast of the Blessed Sacrament, which is a great honor and a great privilege. So I did wait 1 year, but I think it was worthwhile. So very briefly, but from the bottom of my heart, I would like to say on behalf of the Portuguese government that I represent here, I would like to congratulate the club, first of all, for all the work, the festeiros, a big group of people that put this festival together, all the people that collaborate, the volunteers. Also congratulate the beautiful Rancho Folclórico, which is one of the best ranchos folklorics that I have ever seen. Yeah. It's true. And one thing in particular, they dance and they smile at the same time, which is amazing. I like it very, very much. Also congratulate the museum for the big work that has been doing. And most of all, congratulate all the people, all the families that embrace this tradition, that embrace and cherish this feast as a labor of love. Always think about their forefathers, their ancestors, and this centenary that we are celebrating. It's a very, very special moment, and it's very, very good to be here. So thank you very much. Congratulations, and have a great, great feast. Thank you.
Next to last is the lady who was with us just shy of 10 years ago, who is the region. 4 years ago, I'm sorry, Regional Secretary of Culture, Tourism and Transportation. This is a very special guest to us, Conceição Estudante.
Mr. President of the Board, members of the Board, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor Mitchell, members of the club, boa tarde a todos. I'm going to speak a little bit of English and a little bit of Portuguese. I think it goes for all of you. And I have some difficulties today to speak, because I think that what's happening is beyond the words that we can all of us say and speak today. When I left 4 years ago, some of you will remember that I said, I hope I can come back. I hope I can come back. And everybody was then talking about the great opportunity of the 100th celebration for this fantastic feast. And I say I would be very privileged, but I think I won't be there, because the president of the government should be wanting to be with you then. Unfortunately for him, but fortunately for me, his doctor said he could not travel so far due to his condition. And for that, I was privileged, and I am very honored to be here with all of you and all this weekend to share and to live with you this grand occasion. On behalf of Madeira government, I have to congratulate you all, not just the members of the board, not just the members of the club, but all the families and all the friends of Madeira and all the Americans that are friends of Madeira and friends of Portugal that live here in this fantastic city of New Bedford. You have a long history to tell, and you have been able to transmit this fantastic story to your children. And the wishes and the great will of the government of Madeira is that your capacity to live through 100 years, continues to another 100 years and longer than that. That's the legacy that you have the opportunity to give to your children. Living Madeira the way you live, living Portugal the way you live, it's something extraordinary. And we are very proud of you. And we feel that Madeira is realized in the side of the Atlantic. And as the mayor said, the inspiration is love, but it's also values. The values that the four Manuels carried with them, the faith, the hope, the trust, and the friendship that you can give all of you, because all the work that is done here is coming from your heart. It's not just coming from your hands. And I know that there is a long lot of tasks, organization, dedication that is needed to achieve what you have done. It's not for any association, it's not for any organization to live so long and to live with such a union feeling that unites all of these members and all this community. And that's the reason why this is not just the Madeiran or the Portuguese festival. It's the festival of New Bedford. And as it's growing every year, it will be probably the festival of the state and the festival of America, the Portuguese festival of America. That's what I wish to see in the future. So to all of you, the best for your life personally, for your families, for your children, for the city. And the Madeira government cannot say anything else but thank you very much. Muito obrigado, muitos parabéns e uma grande festa para este fim de semana. Muito obrigada a todos e é uma honra estar aqui convosco. Muito obrigada.
Thank you very much. The malasadas have started to be cooked. The linguiça I can smell. But before we go, we have to pay homage and thanks to a man who has been under tremendous stress and pressure for more than a year, and he's handled it very well. Ladies and gentlemen, the President, Larry Jakes. Larry Jakes.
Thank you, guys. Well, I just want to thank the Mayor, City of New Bedford, for everything you've done for us. Portuguese Council, Father Reese for today, and this beautiful lady from Madeira who brought this beautiful weather with her. That's why we wanted you to come here. And then you brought my Madeiran brother with you. But all I want to say is thank you to everybody. It's been great. It's been some trying times. I won't say it hasn't been. I just can't look at my wife, because if I look at my wife, I'm done. Okay? So, but without you guys out here, the sea of red, that's what I called it. Look, when I was marching down today, down to the church, it was like a sea of red coming down the street. And I think that was, it was nice to have so many of you guys there. I'm so happy to see so many people here already. I mean, it's a grand feast of the Blessed Sacrament. I'm just glad that we paid tribute to our four founders the way we did today. I think this was very appropriate to what we did. I think they deserve it. I don't think they ever expected us to be standing here 100 years later, but we are here. I know I won't be here for the next 100, you know. I may be in spirit. Yes, thank you. See, that's why I married her. So, with that being said, I want to welcome everybody to the 100th Feast of the Blessed Sacrament, and let the feast begin.
everybody, you know, in the last year that I was here, everybody told me about this feast. That is a great event, a great moment, a moment of family, a moment of friendship, a moment of heritage, a moment of culture, a moment of love, a lot of good things. So I'm very, very anxious to see exactly how it works.
We in New Bedford are so lucky to have this event. There are communities all across America that would love to have an event that is so authentic and so well attended and so supported by the volunteers who run it and the community that attends it. The Feast of the Blessed Sacrament is unlike anything else that we have, certainly in New England and probably even beyond. It's a real testament to the faith and devotion to family and heritage of the group that runs it, and they've been strong for 100 years, and they'll be strong for another 100 years.
So, Annette, you've been obviously at the pin, right?
Yeah, I have, and I've been having some drinks and having a good time and just meeting people. You know, it's like a class reunion. Have a good time here. And I think this is it's going to be a great weekend and 100 years. Happy birthday.
100th anniversary. How many feasts have you made?
Probably about 20 to 25.
What's the best part of the feast?
The food and just meeting people and having a good time. You know, that's what I think it's all about. Having a good time, eating, drinking. It's a relaxed atmosphere.
How does an expert do the feast?
Oh, gee, well, I'm not an expert, but I would just say come, enjoy, camaraderie. It's a wonderful event. And even old people like me will be accepted.
your shirt?
This one I bought last year, and I bought the new ones this year. Every year we come down for the last 5 years and purchase new ones.
So when we're talking about Madeira, we're talking about the Madeira wine, right?
Madeira wine and Madeira the island. You bring the feast here once a year. So it's not just the wine, but the country, the festivities, everything.
Tell me about that wine, though. That's pretty special stuff.
That is very special stuff. Unfortunately, we don't have them now, but we will have them later.
But you will before the night's over.
Oh, hell yeah.
What about your shirt? Tell me about your shirt. What does it say?
Festa girl. I'm a girl of the feast.
Girl of the feast, and you live for the feast.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite part of the feast?
The music, the family, the friends, the faith, all of it. It's a great time.
The whole thing.
Have you seen your light flash before your eyes yet this weekend? You will, though.
Not yet.
Not yet. That'll be in about another half hour.
It's feast time.
Festa.
What you got there?
Yes, sir.
I've got Madeira wine, of course.
Tell me about Madeira wine. What is it like?
Madeira wine is very sweet. It's very strong, but it's amazing. I love it. It's indescribable, really, but it's why I come to the feast.
That's the fuel that makes the engine go here, right?
Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of the reason why we're all here, is all for the Madeira wines. Try it. Great music, great food. It's always a good time.
Tonight we have a real treat for you. Directly from Madeira, we have one of our favorite bands that we've ever had here at the feast. They mean a lot to us, especially with anyone of Madeiran heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, you can check them out on Facebook. The very first time here at the Festa. Ladies and gentlemen, Banda de Line.
Boa tarde, meus senhores. Boa tarde, meus senhores. Minhas senhoras também. Minhas senhoras também. Aqui está este bailinho da parte da banda de além. Aqui está este bailinho da parte da banda de além. O bailinho não é teu, e o bailinho não é teu, e o bailinho não é meu, e o bailinho não é meu. E ele vai com um grande abraço ali para o Tony Abreu. E ele vai com um grande abraço ali para o Tony Abreu. Boa tarde, meus senhores. Boa tarde, meus senhores. Estão aqui neste momento. Estão aqui neste momento. Aqui fica este bailinho da Madeira para a festa do Sacramento. E aqui fica este bailinho para a festa do Sacramento. E ali para a Dona Mafalda, e ali para a Dona Mafalda, cá está esta brincadeira e este nosso bailinho, lá da Ilha da Madeira. Ai, este nosso bailinho, lá da Ilha da Madeira. E aqui está este bailinho, e aqui está o nosso baile. Aqui está este bailinho, e aqui está este bailinho. Ai, para isto acabar bem, ai, venho um copinho de vinho. E para isto acabar bem, e venho um copinho de vinho. E o bailinho é coisa boa, e o bailinho é coisa boa. O bailinho é mesmo boa, e o bailinho é mesmo boa. E este vai com um grande abraço para o senhor do acordeon. E este vai com um grande abraço para o senhor do acordeon. Ao senhor do acordeon, ao senhor do acordeon, que toca com o coração.
tell me about the kind of music, the traditional music. What does it consist of?
Oh, we have three main kind of music. The first, it's old, called charamba, and then we have another one called morisca. It was a Moorish dance, and the younger, it is called bilingual. That's what we will play today. We will play a lot of bilingual da Madeira. It's music from all over the island. Okay? It's a small island, but we have different kinds of music. The north, a special kind of music. The east, they have charamba there. Charamba. And east, west, they have all kinds in west of the island.
What types of instruments do you play for traditional music?
We play our little guitars. We call them a 10-strings guitar. We call viola de arame, viola guitar. Then we have a middle one called rajão, and the little one, a kind of ukulele. We call it braguinha, or another name, machete.
Now the traditional music.
And then we play percussion and accordion, but these little guitars are so important.
The traditional music that you play, is it for dance? Is it dance music?
No, not all of them. That's the difference between our music and the music of the folk dances, of the folk groups. Because we play a lot of music not to dance. That is not to dance, just to play and to sing, not to dance. But some of the music that we play is also to dance.
How important is music, traditional music, in the culture of the Madeiran people?
Very important. It's a point of meeting, you know. And even today, we have in the Conservatory School of Music, we have teachers who are teaching our traditional instruments. And that's we have two schools. One school is the Gabinete de Educação Musical, musical education, and the other one is the Conservatory of Classical Music and Traditional Music. During a period, this kind of music was dying a little bit, but we decided to create teachers of music to teach this kind of music to the younger. And now we have a lot of young people playing our instruments, a lot of.
Does this tell the story of your culture, the music that you play? It tells the story?
It tells the story of joy, but of sadness and hungry and angry, but also of fighting for freedom. There are a lot of themes. The themes that all the world sing, you know, songs of love and hate, everything.
Oh, well, hello, New Bedford. We are here at the 2014 Madeira Feast, and it's the 100th year. So a lot of special stuff is going on. I am Debora Coelho, your city councilor at large, and I am going to bring you with me to the kind of entertainment and kind of parties that are basically not open to the public, but you know what? You deserve to see it. I'm going to bring you into the private party that happens right after the opening, and it's going to be right here at the Museum Cafe. I'm not kidding, it's private, but I'm bringing
all of you in. Come on, let's check this out. It's going to be a lot of fun. But please don't tell everybody I'm bringing you in, okay?
Everybody.
So this is your ward, a lot of hard work you put in, but tonight you're really enjoying yourself. So how does it feel?
I think this is one of the opportunities that we have a chance to sit with family and friends and actually get to relax once in a while, which is great. But it's just not us as elected officials. It's the Madeira family. It's the Feast of Blessed Sacrament. They work all year round, as you know, but for the public are at home. They're just gearing up for the following year's feast. So it's a special year. It's 100 years, and I'm sure that once it's all said and done, that they'll be planning for the 101st anniversary, and it's just spectacular to be here with great family and friends.
This is one of the best things that happen in the city of New Bedford. The Portuguese community has contributed so much to the history of this city, and it is part of New Bedford. And every year when this time of the year comes, it's a very special time for all of us, whether you're Portuguese or not. And as I would say, when we celebrate Cape Verdean Recognition Weekend, everyone's Cape Verdean. We're all Portuguese this weekend.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're my Portuguese Cape Verdean brother.
Thank you very much.
100 years is amazing. My family immigrated here about 97 years ago. So the feast is longer than what my family's been in the city. But for me, the feast is really special. 4 years ago, I saw my father play on the main stage for the first time ever. My father met my mother playing in a Portuguese band, and I never saw him play in a concert. So 4 years ago, we were walking in, and my father was on the stage getting ready to play. So for me, the feast is very special. It's a beautiful family event.
Well, I haven't been on the council for 100 years. I'm not that old. But I have to admit, I've been to the council, to the Madeira Feast since I was a youth. And one of the nicest compliments I was paid is, though I'm not Madeiran, I was actually invited to join the Feast of the Blessed Sacrament and the Madeira Club as a social member. So I've been a social member for about 20 years now. So I assist them with a lot of their parade permits, a lot of their permits, and moving a lot of the city services. But I think it's a great opportunity for me to get a chance to see my Portuguese heritage.
As you know, I'm Lebanese, but this weekend everybody's Portuguese, so I'm very excited to be here tonight. I'm happy to celebrate with my Portuguese friends. It's a wonderful, wonderful event, family events. It's a reunion of many friends and many families. I hope everyone has a wonderful feast and a safe time, and I want to congratulate the committee and all those that have put in countless hours to make this event an absolutely wonderful event in the city of New Bedford.
Couldn't have been more serendipitous to, get elected and be involved in such a great 100th anniversary ceremony. They talked about love, family. I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, this is a reunion. My friends, I get to see some friends who I haven't seen in some of them over a decade plus, and just a fantastic event. I had goosebumps I'm very humbled. This is a fantastic feast. Obviously 100 years. What a great time. This is fantastic.
Muito obrigado. Thank you for having me at this feast. I love you guys, and please enjoy the feast and 100-year anniversary. You go Feast Committee. You did a fabulous job. I am so proud to be here at the Portuguese Feast.
Happy 100!
The women mostly were involved with the museum and the scholarship. There's a lot of women involved in the scholarship. The folkloric group, they dance in the folkloric group. And they help with everything, working in the barracas, fundraisers, they help behind the scenes, in the treasury, everywhere, yeah.
And I think that's wonderful, and I know I come here every year, and one of the things I really love the addition of the Museum Cafe, the museum here. And I love the ties.
The ties, yeah. It's colorful, yeah. Nice.
So I just wanted to say that I read the piece about you in the Standard Times, and I thought it was awesome because I think what happens is sometimes people get the wrong idea about women not being involved in the Portuguese feast, but that's not true at all.
It's not true. We're very involved, yes.
And anybody that comes to the feast knows that.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you for doing what
Thank you.
all of you do. You know, and I think that's wonderful. And for 100 years, it's a great time for celebration.
It is.
And you're both so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So welcome to the museum from Funchal, from Madeira, and so many folks have put so many incredible artwork here together and pictures from the history of the feast itself. And a lot of folks don't realize this is here, but this is open to the public. And I think it's just really, really amazing. I try to come here every time the feast opens up. This is one of the things I try to do on the first night that I'm here. I think it's just a way of paying respect to the past, to the culture, and to everything that they brought over from Madeira. It's all in here. It's just really unbelievable. This is a typical Madeiran festa procession when they come out of the church and go through the village. The Madeirans are also well known for the wicker that they put together, some of the baskets, some of the artwork, some of the bottles. Incredible work, very very detailed, very complicated, and they're fine artisans. It's just really, really incredible. You can see for yourself. Okay, and what we're looking at here, this is actually very romantic looking, but this is called a carro dos bois. So basically, this is what, I think this is still going on today in Madeira. Yeah, this is like a sled. So basically you go uphill and they're going to carry you downhill. They're going to just push this down. It's a very romantic ride. It's all fine upholstery, and it's just simply absolutely beautiful. It was invented by an Englishman, and up until this day, it's a hot item. It's a hot attraction really for tourists in Madeira. I hope someday I want to ride the sled in Madeira, and I hope someday you ride the sled in Madeira. But meanwhile, come to the Madeira Museum and take a look at the details of it. It's really spectacular. It really is.
A Maria dá um
is so seriously going behind the scenes. This is one of the most busiest bahakas. This is where you get the skewed meat. You see the meat here? All right. Who's gonna tell us what happened? Oh, you look like you can tell us what happens here.
What happens
Can
here?
you give us your name for the record, please?
Don Neves.
All right, John Neves.
Don Neves.
Sean?
Don, D-O-N, Don.
Hey, no more Madeira wine
No
for
more
me.
Madeira wine for you.
Any ingredients for the meat? I see people putting sea salt, fine.
Usually we just put salt, a little bit of garlic, bay leaves, that's about it.
But I see people putting wine, beer.
People do that. It's
Madeira
It's
wine.
mainly washing off the salt.
I
It doesn't do any
I
good.
see white meat. I see
Too much salt if it's white meat.
too overcooked meat.
Yep. Everybody has their different things that they want to have, you know.
They really do. I think
Some
that's
people
a
like
lot
it
of-
well done, some people like it rare, some people like it salty, and it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of how you feel, how you like your
Well,
meat.
that's why you can come here and just get your meat
You
and
can
do
get it.
whatever the heck you want with it.
Hard
right?
boiled or fried.
So we are here with this nice young couple. And where are you from?
Dartmouth, Massachusetts.
All right. Fairhaven. Oh, very nice. Very local, nice, young-looking couple. Are you about to go pick up your meat?
Oh, we already got it. We just need the skewers.
Oh, can we watch you? All right, come on, let's go. So that way we can show everybody how this gets done. Okay. Oh, my goodness, this thing is so long. Are you going to be able to handle this? Oh, we're going to watch you handling this. Let's see. All right. So we're gonna follow this couple. One from Dartmouth, one from Fairhaven. Come on, let's see what they can do with it. Are you feeling brave?
No, I do this at home.
Do you have any Portuguese heritage in you?
Yep, my grandparents are from Portugal.
Oh, nice. What part?
The Azores.
Oh, really? What island?
I don't really know that far into it.
Oh, what about you?
My grandparents are Portuguese too. They're from São Miguel.
So Miguel, that's where I'm from. We must be cousins. We're all cousins. I wouldn't get in this lady's way. She looks like she knows where she's going. All right. So you have reached your territory. You're very competent, by the way. I have to say, you're very determined. You know what you're doing.
I am determined.
Now, how do you feel for the first time?
This is my first time at the feast, but this is my first time cooking, and I don't know, I'm just letting her do all the work.
What do you think of the experience, though?
It's pretty cool. It's cool, like all the heritage and stuff, and I'm looking forward to eating some good food.
This here is a typical Portuguese grapevine arbor. The only difference is this one's way up high, so you really can't pick the grapes. But I actually remember when this wasn't here, and I remember when they planted it, and every year it comes together. So eventually they're going to get this incredible green canopy of grapes, which provides incredible shade, very romantic. You feel like this is definitely someplace you would see in Europe. And they brought it here. This is like Funchal in America. I mean, you can't get more Madeiran or more Portuguese than this. This is leavened bread that goes in here. It rises. Once it rises, it's mixed there first. And then after it gets baked, it gets sliced in half, and you put on a secret, very, very secretive butter in there. Show us what you put in there. Don't tell us, just show us. We don't want to know the recipe because this is check that out. Look at that. All right, there it goes. All right, and the whole deal, I'm going to have to try a piece.
Cut it on two sides.
All right.
spread it on two sides so when it's nice and warm. It's very delicious.
It's delicious. It's consola. Espera. I'm gonna give you a second try. I mean, this is really delicious. Look at that. It's steaming. All right, this is fried corn bread.
Fried cornmeal.
Cornmeal
kale,
bread, yes.
Garlic. We put a little bit of olive oil in it. We've got our butter, our water, and our spices.
Don't give the recipe
And
away.
There's our well, it's just a little bit of what I put in.
All right,
But this is
where's the fryer later? Show
and
us.
now we come in, and this
All right,
is where
show
the
us.
work happens.
All right, show us. Right here, show us.
This is where the work happens, right in here. In our cool, we have all our meat. They cut it up in the pipe pieces, and we do our fryer. I'll even show you the window.
Yes, I like that.
Okay,
very
here we
much.
go. And it goes into the fryer.
Sizzle, sizzle. Woo!
We're not gonna do the
Yay! Woo! Look at that. Woo!
This is our meat, please.
That is hot. All right. So you're gonna give me just one piece?
Cornmeal, yeah? One piece,
This is like the dessert of the festa. This is like the authentic malasadas. And hello, I'm just gonna barge myself in here. Here we go, the process of making malasada. Show us what's going on.
So first you have to make sure your hands have sufficient oil. You need to oil your hands very well. Then you come around the communal pan of dough. Put your hand in the dough, up with a twist, like this, about a baseball size. And then you have to work from the inside out. Inside out. Stretch the dough around. It helps if you dance a little. That helps. Like that. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. You gotta dance. You have to dance with it. Very good. And stretch. Then you put it in the first side here, and it browns. Then it browns one side. When that side gets good and dark, then you have to take it out like that, and he's going to put it in the other side just like that to cook the bottom of it. Then once the bottom is cooked, you pull it out, put it onto the screener. So then, once the oil has been screened off, then you drop it onto paper to take the last of the oil off. Then it gets picked up, put into the sugar, and sugared on both sides. And then you put it into the container here to wait. And somebody will come along with a ticket.
Right there.
2 tickets will buy you a malasada, and it'll be the best thing you've had all night at the Portuguese feast.
And I'm just gonna finish with this, a bite of my malasada. I'm sorry, but at some point, I have to say I gotta eat this, okay? Good night, everyone. Love you, New Bedford, and I just love the Madeira feast. I gotta eat this.
Olha,
We're the stronger than we look type. The braver than you think type. The type that's sure the time will come when we put type 1 behind us. We're the progress is inevitable type. The rise to every challenge type. The type that knows bit by bit the future is certain to get better. We're the plan for a cure type. The improve life along the way type. The type that will stop at nothing. Absolutely nothing. Until type 1 becomes type none.
Are these real?
The best quality.
You mean they're fake?
Only a few dollars.
Only a few dollars.
Only a few dollars. Only a few dollars.
Only a few dollars.
It's not only a few dollars. Counterfeit goods take away jobs, and many are tied to violence and crimes, including child labor, drugs, and gangs. You have the power to stop it. Know the real cost. Don't buy counterfeits.